All right, YouTube, stream should be firing up here. Stream should be firing up. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Night 103 of coverage of the war in Ukraine. I finally got a copyright strike. I got a copyright strike. I had to do a copyright school. That's what I was doing here. I got on, ready to go, and I had a multiple choice test I just had to take. I just had to do a YouTube test. I've been doing this for over 2 years and I've never received a copyright strike because those are bad. You don't want strikes. You can get claims all day long. Claims don't do anything to your channel. You just got to like delete the video. But the Guardian, I mean, you know, we use reporting and I commentate over it, and I guess I maybe got to do a little better of fair use, but I don't know. They manually copyrighted my night 92 coverage of the war in Ukraine here. Night 92, they went back and copyrighted it manually. So that means somebody from the Guardian went to my live stream on YouTube and manually filed it on YouTube. So I had to do a class. I can fight it. But you need like legal shit to fight it. But if you don't, then you just gotta wait 90 days. 90 days, no strikes, and then you're good to go. You just can't have 3 strikes within 90 days or you get your entire channel taken away. Entire channel gone. So that's what took me a little extra minutes, y'all. And also I play softball on Monday nights. I need to get outside and be active. I'm one of those types. I'm one of those types of people where I need to be outside, be active, doing things. Winter time is really hard for me living in Minnesota. There isn't really I mean, I'm not really a big winter sports guy, but during summertime, I try to get outside and get active as much as I can, especially during these times. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, trying to get outside and get a little bit of a distraction from real world. I don't know how we're doing it every day now at this point. I really don't, but we're holding on. We got January 6th. We got the January 6th hearings coming up this week, starting on Thursday, 8 p.m. So that means, so I'm going to lay it down. So Mondays and Fridays are my softball nights, and those will be late streams from now on. I'm not taking these nights off anymore. We will be covering the war, or we will be doing something news related on Mondays and Fridays from now on. So keep that in mind. It just will be late. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I go live at 7 p.m., just like I have been, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., and then gaming stream afterwards. All right, so I'm not going to be taking Mondays or Fridays off anymore. They'll just be later streams. But Thursday, the hearing is at 8 p.m. So that means there won't be war coverage at 8 p.m. on Thursday. We will be covering the January 6th hearings. All right, we'll be covering them live on YouTube right here, and we'll be covering them on Facebook as well. Okay. So keep that in mind, all right, when we're going forward. All right, hit that like button, comment where you're tuning in from. I'm your host, Andrew Mercado, independent journalist, U.S. Army veteran, just letting the algorithm get out there. I've been covering this war since night 1. We just had day 100 over the weekend where we went through and talked about some of the, we had a long video we put together of a compilation of clips from the beginning. Hoping that, you know, this war doesn't last another 100 days. I really don't. But at the same time, it's probably going to. It's like, realistically, this war is likely going to last another 100. Hoping it doesn't, though. Hoping it doesn't. Let's get into it. We got Halifax, Canada tuned in. How we doing? Hello, Andrew from Zurich, Switzerland, Grand Island, New York. How you doing? Renton, Washington. Thanks for the live stream. Of course, Denise, Florida. How you doing? Upstate New York, Lawndale, North Carolina. How are you doing, everybody? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing fantastic here. We got everybody tuned in. Hey, Lel. Hey, how you doing, Lel? How is it? Is the stream lagging? Are we good? Oh, looks like we got a little bit of a stream lag. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Toronto, Canada's tuned in. Oh, no. You've been doing so well, stream. We haven't had any issues in quite some time. Uh-oh. Needed to fix. Perth, Australia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are we good? How are we doing, everybody? Can you guys see the stream? I just want to make sure we're good to go. No lag where you're at? No lag where you are? You're good? Let me make sure it's good to go in the chat first. I want to make sure that we're set here. It's looking laggy on my end. Guardian attacking me for real. I want to make sure we're good. United Kingdom is tuned in. Good to have you. Turkey's a problem big time now, you said. No lag, it's good. Good where you're at. You have some frame drops. Hey, how you doing, artists? All good. YouTube clipped your frames wings. I know, right? Literally. It's laggy. It's lagging on your end now. It is getting laggy. Lots of lag. Slight lag. I'm hoping that it fixes. It shouldn't be. This is ridiculous. Sometimes I don't have my connection's off. We're good to go. I think it's correcting itself a little bit. Let me know if it's like intolerable. If it's intolerable, then I'll fix this and we'll restart. If it's intolerable, then we'll fix this and we can start another one. The audio's good, but the video's lagging. I think it's starting to fix a little bit now. Yep, I'm thinking it's fixing. Well, let's give it a second. Give it a second. Not freak out. I'm down for starting a new one if it's too bad though. I hate having a stream and it's like terrible. All right, we're good. It's better now. Awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Patience is a virtue. All right, let's get into it. So, now that we're dialing into the war in Ukraine, you guys are looking at the map of Ukraine here. To the south, you got the Crimean Peninsula. I just want to get you familiar with everything on the map. This is the Crimean Peninsula to the south of Ukraine. Then you have the Donbass here to the east. Let me turn off these notifications so it's not too loud. Thank you guys for bearing with it here. Hey, oops. What's going on here? There we go. There we go. We're good to go. Stream just breaks on me. So here we go to the east. We got the Donbass. We got Luhansk and Donetsk and the Luhansk and Donetsk oblasts. Here we have Severodonetsk, where most of the fighting is taking place right now at this time in this little pocket of villages and cities here in Ukraine, here in this cauldron of cities from Donetsk from Donetsk to Izyum and then to the east. All of these pockets of villages in Ukraine here are
what we value most should be held in our hands.
The war front is waging here. Where the main effort
that fuels us to know exactly where we stand.
Front. We're going to be talking about the northeastern front and Kharkiv.
When the care we give back shows up in everything we do, then we become the good we can't afford to lose. There's power in our purpose to reach higher than before.
Here. All right.
What we value most
in the
shouldn't cost more.
Oblast, you have white space that Ukraine holds, and Ukraine has footing still, and then part of it is in Russian-occupied territory, like Vaslivka is in Russian-occupied territory, and I believe Tokmak is also part of the Zaporizhia Oblast, if you guys want to talk about larger cities. You can't hear me? What's going on? You can't hear me now? Struggle, dude. Stream struggle. Am I not loud enough? Are we good? Can you guys hear me well? We're good. There was an ad? Where was an ad being played? We're good? You heard a loud ad. Where did you hear an ad from? You heard a loud ad. What is stream? Hey, the Guardian hacked my entire live stream. The Guardian's like, we're taking Mercado Media down tonight. Okay. There was an ad. Really? That's not good. My monetization's off. I don't have my ads on. Let me know if you have the same issue again. Guardian trying to stop us tonight, it looks like. All right. So anyways, as I was saying, you have the Kherson Oblast in the southern axes, and you have the Zaporizhia Oblast, just to give you guys an idea of what the majority of what we'll be talking about tonight in the area of focus. All right, area of focus here to the east in the Donbass. Got it? All right, here we go. So, breakdown. The nature of urban combat in Severodonetsk is likely obfuscating reports of control of terrain within the city, though Russian forces likely retain control over much of the city. Head of the Luhansk Regional State Administration, Serhiy Haidai, claimed that June 5th that Ukrainian forces managed to retake large parts of Severodonetsk and push Russian forces to the outskirts of the city during urban counterattacks. Ukrainian journalist Bury Butstov, however, denied Haidai's claims on June 5th and claimed... No, we're good. And claimed on June 5th that Ukrainian forces only control the Azot industrial sector of Severodonetsk. Haidai... What do we got? You hear it now? Haidai... What do you guys hear? Are you guys hearing things? In the bottom right? It's good now. It's this one when it comes up on the screen on the bottom right. Okay. All right. We'll have that sneaky ad that comes up. Let me just refresh. The Guardian's coming for me. They got it out for Mercado Media now. All right. Stop making noise, ad. How about we turn off the sound then for... Let's just turn off the audio for this tab quick for now. All right, all audio off. There we go. Let's get into it now. Is it good? All right, here we go. The reason for Haidai and Butstov's conflicting reports is unclear, and heavy urban fighting is ongoing in the city. So heavy urban fighting in Severodonetsk. So here we are in the Donbass, getting dialed in. I turned off all audio for this thing, so it should be good to go now. All right. Ukrainian naval forces are challenging Russian dominance over northwestern part of the Black Sea and claim to be preventing Russian warships from operating close to the shoreline. The Ukrainian Navy reported on June 6 that they had succeeded in pushing a grouping of the Russian Black Sea Fleet more than 100 kilometers away from the Ukrainian coast, but did not specify a time frame for this statement. The report additionally stated that Russian naval forces have a bastion coastal defense systems in occupied Kherson and Crimea rather than seaborne air defenses. So let's go down to where we're talking about now. So let's get out of Severodonetsk. And Kherson and Crimea. That's in the southern axes. That's an update from the southern axes here. Kherson and Crimea. The report additionally stated that Russian naval forces have subsequently had to change their tactics in the Black Sea and are relying more heavily on Bal and Bastion coastal defense systems in occupied Kherson and Crimea rather than seaborne air defenses. The United Kingdom Ministry of Defense claimed that Russian forces have been strengthening their air defense assets on Snake Island, and the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense reported that Russian forces deployed an additional S-300 air defense battalions to Crimea. One more time. Ukrainian Ministry of Defense reported that Russian forces deployed additional S-300 air defense battalions to Crimea. So they've been putting their S-300 systems right along the shoreline, right along the coastline here in Crimea, and they're launching them across the Black Sea and into Odessa and towards some of these western cities here and western villages in Ukraine. So they have their rocket trucks, their S-300 trucks, multiple launch rocket systems, thermobaric trucks, all of them are right here on this coastline in Crimea. Or not all of them, but a lot of them. Taken together, these reports suggest that Ukrainian naval pressure and anti-ship missiles, likely including those provided by the United Kingdom and other states, have forced the Russian grouping in the northwestern Black Sea to rely more on coastal air defense as they are pushed away from Ukrainian shoreline. Ukraine will likely attempt to leverage these successes to alleviate the economic pressure of the Russian blockade on Ukrainian port and seek additional economic support from the West, including possibly opening up new routes for international aid to Ukraine. Opening up new routes for international aid. Key takeaways. Russian forces likely retain control of most of Severodonetsk as of June 6th. Though the exact situation in the city remains unclear. We've been hearing just conflicting reports in Severodonetsk. You know, one day, I tune into a lot of different when I'm in my free time and I'm like watching the bigger YouTubers than me, that are like either pro the Russian narrative, because you do have to listen to both if you're trying to get the full point of it all. Those that are pro-Russian, and then also the Ukrainian. There's like Ukrainian YouTubers that keep up on the war too. So from both of their opinions and what they're reporting on this too, and it seems like the law of war, or the study of war, is the same. It does appear though on our map, at least from the war map, that Russia has lost some of Severodonetsk here. They did have half of the city. They had half the city here. Now they're down to about maybe a fourth of it now, maybe a little over a fourth. So the Ukrainians did gain some ground in Severodonetsk. So that does back up some of the Ukrainian reports that I have been tuning into, that Severodonetsk is, the Ukrainians have the advantage right now in Severodonetsk. But it is important to note that the overall situation is still unclear. It changes. It's likely changing on an hourly basis in Severodonetsk. It's very hard to get concrete, this is exactly what happened, because it's fluid. Things are changing. It's going back and forth. Control of terrain is likely changing hands quickly. I didn't read that part yet, but it's just part of the report. Control of the terrain is likely changing hands frequently. Yep. Going back and forth here. Also, Lysychansk is elevated. Lysychansk is on an elevated, it's got an overlook over Severodonetsk, so that gives the Ukrainians a very nice, they got the high ground, Anakin. They got the high ground in Lysychansk, and also that river, the Severodonetsk river, is giving the Russians hell, dude. Giving them hell. You got two rivers. You have the Donetsk River, the Severodonetsk River, and the Inhulets River. That's in the Kherson Oblast, the tale of two rivers that are helping the Ukrainians. You got the Inhulets River that Ukrainians are going along and liberating a bunch of villages in their counterattacks in the Kherson Oblast. And then you have the Severodonetsk River here between Lysychansk and Severodonetsk that is causing the Russians hell to get into Severodonetsk from some of these southeastern occupied villages and territory they have here. They're having a hell of a time with this river. Russian forces in the Izyum area did not make any confirmed advances, while forces advancing west from Lyman secured minor gains. Minor gains in Lyman. That's been the common theme here. The Russian Battalion Tactical Group here in Lyman is making gains. They're making continuous gains, including more along this TOS 14 road. They're extending further and further towards Sloviansk. A little bit more. They weren't this far according to our war map. Then they're getting more. They had taken all of Lyman a week ago. They had about half of it a week and a half ago. They just finished taking that a week ago. Here is Izyum. So we'll be talking about Izyum a lot. Here's what Izyum is. It's southeast of Kharkiv. We'll be talking about this area a lot. So try to get as familiar as you can with the villages and cities as you guys are tuning into this war here in the Donbass, here in the east of Ukraine. We'll be talking about it a lot. Russian forces continued unsuccessful attempts to sever Ukrainian lines of communication northeast of Bakhmut. Unsuccessful attempts to break off their ground lines of communication in Bakhmut. Oh my goodness. Why do I have issues finding this one right away? There's Bakhmut. So Bakhmut is directly to the west of Popasna. Popasna, the city that the Russian private military group, the Wagner group, captured a month ago. A little under a month ago now. And then you got Bakhmut, which is the next largest city that the Russian forces have continued to make unsuccessful attempts at this city. Bakhmut and Avdiivka are two cities you're going to be hearing frequently. Here's Avdiivka. Also right on the outskirts of Russian occupied territory. It seems like they had a shelling there today. Russian forces shelled Novo-Bakhmutivka, Kamienka, Avdiivka, Mikhailsky, there we go. Mikhailsky, Zolota, Nivya, and Poltavka. General Staff of Armed Forces of Ukraine says in the report. So there was a strike. There was two strikes in Avdiivka, but unsuccessful attempts at that village as well. So Avdiivka and Bakhmut, two very, very important cities here. Also the main route, the main resupply line, I believe, goes, at least just from the reports, and maybe I need to watch a couple more other YouTubers that have contact with the military on the ground, but to me, that seems like a very crucial Bakhmut's where they're sending a lot of their reinforcements through, a lot of their supplies. That's a big supply line through Bakhmut to get to Lysychansk. So the Russians are looking to cut that all off, because if they cut off their ground line of communication and their supply line from Bakhmut to Lysychansk, that's going to hurt the Ukrainians in Lysychansk here that are helping keep the Russians from completely taking Severodonetsk. Because again, Lysychansk is on an elevation. They're trying to get to it. Limited and localized Ukrainian counterattacks on June 5th forced Russian troops to focus on holding defensive lines north of Kharkiv city on June 6th. Let's go up to Kharkiv city, where they got the Russians damn near cornered up here. They got the Russians cornered near the border. Almost. Not quite. They haven't quite cut them off completely, but you look at how much more, look at all the territory that the Ukrainians have. This is all liberated territories, all this gray space up here. They're pushing them back, getting them near the border in Kharkiv. We'll be talking about that a little more in depth too. Russian occupation authorities are advancing efforts to issue Russian passports to Ukrainian citizens and cement their control over occupied territories. This is that passportization. This is that forced Russification, the forced annexation, the same. They're probably going to hold a referendum like they did in Crimea, force passports to all the citizens in Kherson and do the exact same thing that they did in Crimea. That's what they're going to attempt to do. They're going to do that in Crimea. They're going to do that in Kherson. They're going to do that in Mariupol. They were going to do that in Donetsk and Luhansk. They're waiting to take all of Luhansk to do that. They gave them their independence. Vladimir Putin announced their independence, but they're not true. They're still separatist states, right? They're still separatist cities right now. They're not like officially annexed away from Ukraine at this time. The Ukrainian, so that's the forced passportization. The Ukrainian Navy claimed to have pushed the Russian Black Sea Fleet more than 100 kilometers from the Ukrainian coast, likely to reduce the pressure of the Russian blockade on the southern ports. They pushed the Russian fleet back more than 100 kilometers. Did I read that right? Yep. From the Ukrainian coast. So Black Sea Fleet pushed back. The Ukrainian military without a navy, but they that is still wild to me. Ukraine has no navy and they're like owning the Russian navy. How does that work? They don't have any ships. All coastal naval defense. Coastal defense. Wild. So the main effort is eastern Ukraine still. The subordinate main effort is the encirclement of Ukrainian troops in the cauldron between Izyum and Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts. Again, that's the hot spot right here. Right here. You want to know where the hell the hot spot in Ukraine is? There's multiple. There is multiple, but the hottest hot spot in Ukraine is right here. You're looking at it. Izyum, like the triangle. Izyum, Severodonetsk, and Donetsk down here. This whole area, all of this. This whole triangle of villages. Cauldron, that they call it. The supporting effort number 1 is Kharkiv city, which that's not working out well for the Russians. The supporting effort number 1, Kharkiv city, not working out. Supporting effort number 2 is the southern axes. That's down here in Kherson and Zaporizhia. Also, beyond the forced passportization among citizens in Kherson, there's a growing concern over if you want to, like, pro-war Russians or those that are like pro-war, they're like for what Russia's doing. They're getting mad and they're openly criticizing the decisions of the Kremlin now, because again, they are for the war. It's not like they're against it. They are for what is happening. So it's and Russia is ignoring, or not ignoring, they're moving their battalion tactical groups away from Kherson and away from the Kharkiv Oblast and focusing them here in Severodonetsk in the Donbass. And that is causing great issues with the Russian military, because the Ukrainians their counterattacks are working. They're liberating more and more villages. They're causing more pressure here. The Russians just in the last attempt that the Russians made at Mykolaiv, the Ukrainians were able to capture even more cities over here. They're pushing more of their resources to the east. They're starting to get complacent. There's a good word to use. Complacent in Kherson and Kharkiv. Talking about the Russians. Complacency. That's why you see what you see up here. That's why you see we got the Russians on their heels up here on the border. They're all pushed down into this area. That's why you see gains being made here by the Russians, minor gains, because all of their energy and all of their battalion tactical groups are being focused here. Let's continue on. So, the main effort, eastern Ukraine. Russian forces continued attempts to advance southeast of Izyum towards Sloviansk, but did not make any confirmed advances on June 6th. Russian State Duma Deputy Alexander Borodai reportedly traveled to Dovenki, about 20 kilometers south of Izyum, to storm the village with Donbass Volunteer Union, a Russian proxy unit. I haven't heard of that one yet. The Donbass Volunteer Union. It's a Russian proxy unit. So you want to look at Dovenki. I know where that one is. Right here. This little village. Little village right outside of Russian occupied Izyum. Dovenki and Dobrivny. They must have some. They're holding out strong here. The Ukrainians they're holding strong. They have a strong defense. I'm not sure what they got in this village, but it's working. I don't know what is in that village that's holding the Russian military back, but it is working in that little village of Dovenki unsuccessfully. Russian forces fired on various settlements to the southwest and southeast of Izyum, including Valkia, Komashuavka, Viniropilia, Dobrivny, Nova Dmitrivka, and Kurulka. There's two U's in that one. Kurulka. Russian forces additionally made incremental advances to the west of Liman and Shurganov and Staryi Karavan, and reportedly are clearing Svitogorsk, meaning they are likely engaging in urban combat within the city. That's Svitogorsk. We've looked up that one. There it is. Svitogorsk. We looked at these cities on the ground in our last stream, and this is very tight, close quarters urban combat here in in Svitogorsk. Let's give you guys a look if you missed that on our night 100. They're having issues with these. They're having issues with these. The Russians are. Number one, it's just all open space here. It'd be a Baraktar's dream right here for the Russian advance. It's wide open, flat terrain here from the Russian advance, from north to south, wide open on the ground, just like Baraktar's in the air, easy money. Here in Svitogorsk, you got tight combat, tight close quarters here in the city, and then they have woods and a forest here to the north of it. So advance is slow, and then when you even get into the city, I mean, we've been seeing videos that they got the Ukrainians in the forest. I mean, they're embedded. There is trench systems in there. They're sustaining them. The Ukrainians, they're sustaining themselves in their trenches in the woods. They have like entire operations going on in here in the woods. So two issues that are causing. Let's go into those. Two issues that are causing the Russian advance to have problems. Where is it? Svitogorsk. Where the hell? Uh-oh. Where you at? Where you at? Uh-oh. I see. I can find it on. I can find it so quickly on this map. Okay. Now we need to just go southeast. Here it is. So let's get a look at what this city looks like. Svitogorsk causing issues with the Russian advance into this city. It's like a forest. It's like this city. It's like this city was built, or this village or whatever. It was built in the middle of the forest. Like it's like this everywhere. Just tall trees everywhere. Lots of likely Ukrainians have lots of ambush points. Oh, why are we in Kyiv now? Dang it! I did all that work to find. Goodness, go back over here. They put this. It's like this city is in the middle of the woods. Back over here now. See if I can find it faster. Here it is. Found it a little faster this time. Let's go to the north so I can show you. All right, so I'm going to go into where about the Russian advance would be coming from. Give you an idea of the terrain. Give you an idea of the terrain. Straight woods, dude. Straight wood line from where Izyum is south into Svitogorsk. Straight up the woods. Forest. lots of opportunity for ambush and drawing them in. And then even once they get into the city, once they get into Severodonetsk, the city's built inside of the forest, so it's like very close quarters in here. Tight in here, right? Look at that, middle of the forest still. Little different spot. Any of these open spaces too in the forest are going to be for the drones. There's a big open patch here in the forest. Drone spot. And let's go to Dovenki. What do we got here? Oh, is it lagging? Damn it, dude. Come on, stream. Are we lagging? Hello, Andrew from Pennsylvania. Good to have you. Stream's lagging. Give it a second. Hold on. Give it 1 second. I see it lagging. Update from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning in. What on earth? Hey, how we doing? Do a viewer check-in really quick. I just want to make sure we're good to go. Are we good? Is the stream good? It was lagging there for a second, dude. They're messing with me. They're messing with me tonight. I'm on their heels. Here's Dovenki. Give you an idea. So we looked at Severodonetsk and the Russian advance from Izyum down. It's again, they're having issues. It's a big forest here. We're good now. Thank you so much. Awesome. And then here's Dovenki. We're gonna go into that village and I'll show you. They got a picture and it's like in the winter time. Oh. Really? No more? They took it away? Oh, there's no more street view. Who was here on night 100 when we looked at Dovenki and it was the winter photo? It was the winter photo and we looked at all this territory. Come on, where is it? There's got to be something. We got rid of it. That's too bad. There was a couple spots here to look at. Now they're gone. Oh, well, you have to take my word for it or go back and look at the other stream. There's no more street view there. This is all flat here. We looked at it on night 100. Go back to the night 100 stream if you would like to see Dovenki. Let's keep going. I spent a lot of time there on Severodonetsk and Dovenki, but I wanted to show you the territory because territory matters too. It's not just like the strength of the Ukrainian military versus like the strength of the Russian military. The terrain has a big factor on it, as a big factor on the war as well, and who has the upper hand here, especially that we're in an attrition war at this point. It's just going to continue going. Russian forces additionally made incremental advances to the west of Liman in Skirchrov and Staryi Caravan, and reportedly are clearing Severodonetsk, meaning they are likely engaged in urban combat within the city, with the intention of advancing southward towards Sloviansk across the Severodonetsk River. They want to get that river. I'm not seeing any of that reflected on our map. But likely urban combat happening in Severodonetsk to get to the other side of this river. That Severodonetsk River is a pain in the ass in many places in Ukraine for the Russian military. Russian forces likely retain control over most of Severodonetsk as of June 6th, despite head of Luhansk Regional State Administration Severodonetsk's June 5th claims that Ukrainian counterattacks retook considerable ground and drove Russian troops in the eastern outskirts of the city. So here's a report that's a little contrast to the Ukrainians' report. It's saying that the Russians hold most of the city. Ukrainian reports are saying that they took back a lot of the city. There you go. Little information battle there. Little information back and forth. Hadai issued another statement on June 6, expanding on his previous statement, and said that the situation had deteriorated and that Ukrainian troops are fighting in the industrial zone of the Azot plant. Sounds it's a similar tactic to the Azovstal plant in Mariupol. Can we find the Azot plant? I want to see what that looks like. The Azot plant. I wonder if that will even come up. The Severodonetsk power station. I'm guessing that's the Azot plant then. The Severodonetsk power station. Let's go see what that thing looks like. Oh, there's the pot. Yep, Azot. This is it. This is the Azot plant that they're at. How's everything doing, y'all? We lost like 100 viewers. I want to make sure that it's not lagging or anything. Are we good to go? I want to make sure we're good. If I have to cut Facebook off to come over to YouTube, I guess I will. We got Corpus Christi tuned in. So here's the Azot plant. Ukrainians they're embedding, they're getting locked into there, just like the Azovstal. Look at the Azot plant. Here in Severodonetsk. Ukrainian journalist Yuri Butsatov additionally reported on June 5th that claims of Ukrainian counterattacks were untrue and that Ukrainian forces only hold the Azot plant and surrounding neighborhoods. The reason for the conflicting reports on June 5th is unclear, and the study of war cannot independently confirm if Ukrainian forces did indeed retake large parts of Severodonetsk at the time of Hadai's statement and subsequently lost the terrain by June 6th. So we're going to have to wait for even more. I have to wait for. This is going to be a daily change here. Tomorrow, the report could be different. It's literally going back. Severodonetsk is going back and forth between Russian control and Ukrainian control for the majority of it. They don't have the entire. Neither side has taken the entire city, but both Ukraine hasn't taken the city back, and Russia has not taken the entire city. So it's like it's going between that 50 to that 40% to 70%. Back and forth, you know what I mean? Like 40% held by Russia, 70% by Ukraine. Then the next day it could be 70% for Russia, 40% Ukraine. You know what I mean? It's going back and forth. Day to day, it's going to change. The reason for the conflicting reports on June 5th is unclear. Okay, I read that part. The information environment in Severodonetsk remains dynamic, and control of terrain is likely changing hands frequently as Ukrainian and Russian troops are locked into close quarters combat. Hadai cited intercepted information that Russian forces had been tasked with completing the capture of Severodonetsk by June 10th. Ooh, interesting. So they have 4 more days to capture that thing. Then what? What if they don't? Though no other sources have reported this deadline, and the study of war cannot confirm it. So that's Hadai. So Sergei Hadai, little puppet master on the information in the Luhansk Oblast. Russian forces escalated their piece of fire against Severodonetsk, Lysychansk, and the surrounding settlements of Medokline, Borovitsky, Utsnivka, Toshivka, Prilia, Zolote, Vrubivka, Hrisky, and Orenkov. The Russian escalation in artillery fire in and around Severodonetsk is likely intended to support Russian operations within the city itself and interdict Ukrainian forces from effectively deploying reserves and conducting resupply efforts in area under fire. So they accelerated artillery fire to support Russian operations in the city and then also hold back the Ukrainian forces from deploying their reserves. Like keeping just constant fire, so they can't replenish their troops. All right, supporting effort number 1, Kharkiv City. Let's go over there and focus that. Supporting effort number 1. Looking at it right now, right on your map, Kharkiv City. Limited and localized Ukrainian counterattacks on June 5th. 4th. That was a lot of F's right there. Limited and localized Ukrainian counterattacks on June 5th forced Russian troops to focus on holding defensive lines north of Kharkiv City on June 6th. Spokesperson for the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense Oleksandr Mochchianak reported that unspecified elements of the Russian 6th Combined Arms Army, the Baltic Fleet, and the 1st Army Corps of the Donetsk People's Republic are operating in northern Kharkiv Oblast to prevent Ukrainian advances towards the Russian border. A Russian Telegram channel reported that fighting is occurring in Tosivka, Veliki, Prodigny, and Ternova as a result of Ukrainian counterattacks. The study of war cannot confirm the current status of control of these settlements, and it is likely that the front line northeast of Kharkiv City remains highly contested. That's what you're looking at here. That's this red space here, north of Kharkiv City. The Ukrainians got them on their heels on the border. The study of war cannot confirm the current status of control of these settlements, and it is likely that the front line northeast of Kharkiv City remains highly contested. Russian forces additionally continue to fire on the Saltivka and Slobitsky districts of Kharkiv City, Balivka, Shuhuiv, and Sherhaska-Lazova. Supporting effort number 2, the southern axes defend Kherson and Zaporizhia oblasts. Supporting effort number 2, Kherson and Zaporizhia oblasts, right on your screen. You got Kherson here to the southwest, Zaporizhia to the northeast. All right. Russian forces continue to hold defensive positions and fire along the line of contact of the southern axes on June 6th. Russian forces continued combat in northwestern Kherson Oblast along the Kherson-Mykolaiv Oblast border near Vyskopivka and Koch-Ubevivka, but did not secure any confirmed advances in this area on June 6th. Control of positions along the Inhulets River near the Kherson-Mykolaiv border is likely still contested following a limited Ukrainian counterattack south of Davdiv Brid on May 29th. So counterattacks are being limited along the Inhulets River. Russian forces are reportedly continuing to accumulate forces in eastern Zaporizhia Oblast near the border with Donetsk Oblast around Orikhiv, Huliapol, Vaslivka, and Velka Novoselivka. Russian forces additionally fired at Ukrainian positions throughout Kherson, Zaporizhia, and Mykolaiv Oblasts. So control of the Inhulets River near the Kherson-Mykolaiv border is still contested now. So it's limited counterattacks along that river at this time. That's the latest on June 6th, the Inhulets River. Let's look up Davdiv. No, that's not it. That's not Davdiv Brid. I want to look at the Inhulets River and give you guys an idea of where that is. So Ukrainian counterattacks along this river have slowed. Here it is. Inhulets River. There's Davdiv Brid. Ukrainians took back that village on the 29th. Here it is. It's northeast of Kherson. So, or to the east, slightly northeast of Mykolaiv. So it's where the red marker is. Davdiv Brid, and then the river runs through it. The Inhulets. Right, zoom out. And the Zaporizhia Oblasts, that's down here. Velka, Novos, all of these right here, all these updates. Russian forces shelled Novo Buni. That's a really long. Novo Bakhmutivka. All of those cities that I had said, that's all along the border here of Russian occupied cities and territories here in the Zaporizhia Oblast. Between Zaporizhia and Donetsk. Right here. Hit that like button if you guys haven't. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Welcome again to Mercado Media. I'm Andrew Mercado. I'm an independent journalist, U.S. Army veteran. We're just talking about the war in Ukraine, going over the map, talking about the Russian movements, the Ukrainian movements, what's going on the ground, all of that stuff. We'll be getting into our video clips here next. But comment where you're tuned in from if you haven't, and let me know how you're doing this evening. Let me know what your preferred stream snack is. What do you guys snack on when you guys tune in? Activity in Russian-occupied areas, the Russian objective. Consolidate administrative control of occupied areas. Set conditions for potential annexation into the Russian Federation or some other future political arrangement of Moscow's choosing. Russian occupation elements continued efforts to strengthen economic, political, and social control of occupied areas. Advisor to the mayor of Mariupol, Pete Andriashenko, stated that the occupation authority in Mariupol is continuing to fail to provide basic social services, and that, as a result, the city is dealing with sanitation issues and citizens do not have reliable access to food. That's again. I'll read that one more time. That's Mariupol, the Azovstal steel plant. What do we got here? We got Florida. Hi, can't sleep. How you doing, DJ Elrad? We got, who else we got? We got Acne Ice Cream, Washington State tuned in. Wisconsin. Devil's Lettuce. This is a 420 friendly newscast, by the way. 420 friendly over here. Hey, how you doing, artist? Good to see you. We got Corpus Christi, Texas, sending love from Southern California. Thank you so much, Liz. There we go. There we go. Thank you guys so much. So Mariupol, one of the latest cities to be completely taken by the Russian forces, having issues. Having issues here. Occupation Authority in Mariupol is continuing to fail to provide basic social services. And that as a result, the city is dealing with sanitation issues. And citizens do not have reliable access to food. Occupation elements additionally continue to push for passportization processes in occupied areas, including especially in Kherson and Mariupol and Melitopol. These line of cities here, north of Crimea. The Crimean annexation, that whole process they're gonna try it. I'm not sure what the Ukrainians have planned for that, but the Russians are gonna try to, or they're issuing passports, Russian passports in Kherson, and are trying in Mariupol. But again, the minor details are important. Those little nuanced details that people skip over, like providing basic social services, sanitation issues, and they don't have reliable access to food. Those are huge concerns. Those are very huge concerns to have, that the Russians have. They have many issues that they're not focusing on, like their military. They don't have the basic frontline medical care that they need, like IFAC. And which, by the way, next stream I'm going to have my IFAC out, because I've talked about it a couple of times. It's buried away. I don't have time to dig into it right now, but I want to show you guys what an IFAC is and what comes in an IFAC. So I'll have that tomorrow for tomorrow's stream. But they don't even have that. They don't know how to do tactical combat casualty care, TC3. They don't know how to do CLS. They're not trained on any of that. They don't have food for their troops. They don't have fuel for their troops. They're not able to successfully hold the cities that they're holding, unless it's annexed or for years, like Crimea or Donetsk and Luhansk, which again they've had those since 2014. But post invasion cities after 24 February, they're having significant issues maintaining a foothold in these cities by installing the government that they're trying to do. So they're forcing passports, and in Mariupol they had the propaganda truck come in, and they had a dude sitting in the truck, a TV screen, trying to tell the people about what's really happening in the war in Mariupol. It's wild. It's something straight out of a sci-fi movie in Mariupol that the Russians are trying. Andriushenko claimed that Russian authorities in Novostavotsk, a city east of Mariupol near the Russian border, have begun accepting documentation for Russian passports from citizens of Mariupol. The Ukrainian Resistance Center reported that occupation authorities in Kherson Oblast are offering Ukrainians 10,000 rubles, approximately $163. $163 is 10,000 rubles, to get a Russian passport and support an unspecified referendum, likely regarding annexation into the Russian Federation or the creation of a nominally independent proxy republic. Same thing. They're doing the same thing that they did in Crimea, or they're going to try to. I don't know what the Ukrainians have up their sleeve to try to prevent this, or what is going on. But the same thing in Crimea is going to happen in Kherson and Mariupol, unless something happens to stop it. Right now, there's nothing except for the poor conditions within the cities themselves, and the poor ability of the Russians to control the cities. That might be a wild card. We'll see. Occupation authorities of the Donetsk People's Republic are using the trials of 3 foreign mercenaries who were captured fighting for Ukraine to support Kremlin information campaigns. Russian war reporter Evgeny Podobny stated that the DNR Prosecutor General's office is trying British nationals Sean Piner and Aidan Aslan and Moroccan national Sadoun Brahim for the commission of a crime by a group of persons, forcible seizure of power or forcible retention of power, mercenary activity, and training for the purpose of carrying out terrorist activities. The audacity, dude. The audacity of Russia just doesn't stop. The DNR Prosecutor General's office is reportedly seeking the death penalty for all 3. These trials are likely a response to a recent legitimate Ukrainian war crimes trial of Russian servicemen and attempt to consolidate informational control over the political environment in the DNR to support Kremlin narratives of a Western plot to use mercenaries to destroy the LNR and DNR, a key Kremlin disinformation campaign to justify the war. Also, Russia's using Wagner Group. What are they like, dude? I'm gonna get. Gotta settle down. Settle down, Russia. I'm not gonna let Russia bother me today. Russia ain't gonna get in my head today. All right, so that is your war report. That is what's going on in the country. I'll go over that one more time after we go over the latest clips and updates from today, completely avoiding all Guardian coverage because they will manually copyright your stream, apparently. So we're going to go over a couple videos from June 5th because I wasn't live yesterday and I missed some of these clips. So we're going to go through a few from June 5th and then go into the very latest clips and updates that are coming out from today. All right, video of D-30 artillery strikes from Ukraine's Kraken unit on Russian targets in the Kharkiv Oblast. So this is that Kraken unit, Kharkiv. All right, got the audio working now. There we go. Got the cyberpunk music going. This is the Kraken unit. There we go. It's on a minor volume. We'll be all right. I have the ads off anyways. I have ads off on Facebook too. Not worried. I'll be alright. Some of these more cyberpunk beats are not copyrighted usually anyways. There's a BTR. Enemy BTR in the wood line. Ooh. Looked like that missed though. Oh, it didn't. Why did it look like it missed? Looked like it did, didn't it? Looked like it was off. Okay. I guess it hit. A house occupied by the enemy. This is Ukraine Special Forces, their Kraken unit, attacking Russian targets, vehicles, and enemy locations. And then they show that house that the target hit with the enemy troops in it. And they are running out of it, carrying as much equipment as they can to the next house. Also, if you guys could just subscribe to the channel to comment, it just helps keep the bots out. That's it. I'm not trying to force you to subscribe to my channel. But we do have bots that come in and just flood the chat sometimes. Alright, that was a Kraken Special Forces unit hitting some Russian targets in the Kharkiv Oblast. Here's more, second half. It'd be the it's the Ukrainian Special Forces, their Kraken unit. Highly trained, yep. Everyone that's reporting is considering even their Kraken unit to be like a special forces. Yeah, there's some members of the Azov battalion in the Kraken unit. What is that? Yeah. It's a combined force. It's combined forces. It's their National Guard. No problem, Michael. Just glad you're here. Thank you so much. All right, the Kraken unit. Here you got a higher quality video from Ukraine's 128th Mountain Assault Brigade, reportedly showing a Russian Ka-52 helicopter getting shot down. So 128th Mountain Assault Brigade shooting down a Russian Ka-52 Alligator helicopter. Hit that like button. Make sure you spam those reactions on Facebook too. Share the stream out. I'm in a Facebook jail too. So not only did I have to go to copyright school for YouTube because of the manual copyright from the Guardian, I'm also in a little Facebook jail right now. So great times for social media. Video of one of the Russian cruise missiles that fired at Kyiv. This was June 5th. There was a strike in Kyiv yesterday. Here's one of those cruise missiles. Got that whistling sound. Is there more? There is more. Here's the cruise missile strike in Kyiv that happened yesterday, June 5th. Just proving that even though there isn't any ground combat, even though they're not having ground combat in the capital. Oh my god, dude. Damn, dude. That was a big strike in Kyiv yesterday. Wow. So just showing some of the cruise missile strikes in Kyiv. And again, keep in mind, even though there isn't any ground combat happening in Kyiv, that's the capital city. Here's Kyiv. We haven't talked about it in a while because there isn't any ground fighting around it. They're very much subject to missile and cruise missile strikes, especially Western Ukraine, Lviv, Kyiv, all of the villages. We haven't talked about them in a while. Thank goodness there hasn't been any strikes, but Lviv, Kyiv, and Odessa, Western cities that just get shelled. There isn't ground fighting happening there, but they continue to get artillery shellings. Wow. Big strike in Kyiv yesterday on June 5th. So there's a cruise missile, and here's another, likely a KH-101. That's one whistle noise you never want to hear. You never want to hear that whistling noise. You see them things flying through the air. Cruise missile strike yesterday in Kyiv. Continuing on, Ukrainian mortar crews from Ukraine's 36th Marine Brigade targeting Russian positions with M224 60mm mortars. So again, Ukrainian mortar crews targeting Russian positions. You got video of Ukraine's 57th Motorized Brigade showing artillery strikes in Severodonetsk. Oops. I remember my first time's safety meeting. So here's Severodonetsk. It's in the Donbass. So we're going back here into this cauldron of villages and cities here. Severodonetsk, Ukraine's 57th Motorized Brigade showing artillery strikes. Is this song copyrighted? I'm just... Can't be copyrighted, it's so old. It's in the public domain at this point. Yep, this song would be public domain since it's ancient. Listen, I'm not, that's why I turn my ads off. I don't care. I just don't want them to take my stream down. Like, that's what the Guardian did. It didn't, like, claim some of the earnings. I don't make any earnings on the videos unless you guys send super chats or super stickers or become members. Shout out to everybody that does that. Thank you so much. I just don't want them to manually take the video down. That's what the Guardian did. Somebody, like, at the Guardian who works there logged into the computer, went on Mercado Media's YouTube channel, and manually did that. It wasn't an automatic, so that's why I'm concerned. Otherwise, I wouldn't care. I'm not a money hungry person. I wish it wasn't so potato so we could see a little better. You can see the charred buildings. Hey, thank you, Andrew Reese, for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Orcs. Orcs gotta go. That's Ukraine's 57th Motorized Brigade showing artillery strikes in Severodonetsk. Very hard to see, though. Potato quality. Alright, you got a captured Russian BTR-82 in Ukrainian service. Okay, that's gonna be copyrighted. That's a copyrighted audio for sure. Classical music falls under public domain, so there's no risk of copyright infringement. If it's like old, especially that old, you're fine. It's the newer music. Newish, I should say. They're signed to a record label. No go. 2. Oh, we got 2 videos. So that was the first video. Here's the second one of that captured BTR-82. Okay, more audio. Hey, Shanks with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, having some lag. Let me know how it is. Let me know if the video's alright. We've been having some lag experience in this stream. On and off. Good to go? Alright. It should be alright. Yep, it's looking smooth now on my end. Okay, let's continue. So that was the Russian BTR-82 in service. I haven't had issues with the stream in a long time. Ukrainian Stugna-P. Got a Stugna-P video. P's in the chat. P's in the chat. Stugna-P, ATGM strike by Ukraine's 93rd Mechanized Brigade on a Russian tank. Do you get the full amount? No, they take 30%. No. I think YouTube takes a little less. Facebook takes 30%. I think YouTube takes 20, 25. They get their cut. Stugna-P, direct hit. Stugna-P, direct hit. Dang! That was a better direct hit than I thought. They disabled the hell out that tank. What is it? What tank is it? Is it T-80? Does it say what type of a tank? It's hard to tell. Kind of looks like a T-80. That was a T-70. That was a T-72. The whole top would have blown off. A little bigger. Damn. They're close too. They're close to that one. Nice direct hit. Ukraine's 93rd Mechanized Brigade on a Russian tank. Some Russian Telegram channels are saying that this may have been a KH-59 Mk2 missile strike from a Su-57 fighter. Others could suggest it could be an Izyum Nya-305 LMUR missile. So those that know their missiles. Missile strike from a Su-57. RT video. Russia coming in with the PlayStation 1 graphics. So again, just some strikes from a Su-57 fighter. There's just some disparity between the two missiles. That's what this post is saying. Some disagreements between what missile was used. Video of Ukrainian ZSU-23-4 Shilka firing at a Russian UAV. Copyrighted audio for sure. Hey, why didn't they play this video without the music? And Ukrainian ZSU-23-4, I would like to hear what that sounds like. Wonder if there's a non-music version of this video. What is that thing? Definitely like an AA gun. Anti-air. ZSU. Let's see if we got a better video of that really quick. Not the Guardian. The Guardian's canceled on Mercado Media now. Here's a video of that thing. Let's see what that thing. Turn it down a little bit. See what this thing does. The Shilka. What the hell? Look at that. Look at that thing. Yeah, it's got some AA cannons on that thing. Oh, they got an autoloader. But it sounds. He said, "You bet it sounds like copyrighted wind." That's the other thing. I got copyright. I got a claim for wind. I really did. Apparently that wind audio that the Ukrainians use when there's like just a bunch of destroyed Russian vehicles. Apparently that's copyrighted, so I can't use that wind either. Got a pretty wide spread though, huh? My God. Is that just one controlled shot? Area targets only. Oof. At least one of them's hitting, I think, in nearly every time, but that's... So So these things can be used in direct fire mode too. These ZSU 23-4 Shilkas have direct fire. What is this? A non-mounted version of it? That's what we're seeing here. I just wanted to know what it sounds like because I've never seen that. That's the Ukrainian ZSU 23-4 firing at a Russian UAV, which again I just learned it can be used in direct fire mode, so we can shoot straight at things. Ukrainian UAV dropping ammunition on a Russian position. Ukrainian strike Russian position. One of those mounted on your Subaru Impreza. We did another poll in the chat too. I didn't see where that first one went off. The first one got dropped. I didn't see the hit. Potato quality. All right, next video. I'm trying to get the poll up into our chat. We had another video of the Ukrainian UAV dropping ammunition on a Russian position. Another one.
Все. Да, где-то вот так кидай, короче. Все, есть.
Okay. My bad. Big apologies for that.
Пошла. Да.
Куда?
Тут виноградник сюда.
А чё не видно них?
God dang, dude. Okay, no, low audio. What is with that? That didn't really show much except for those loud beeping noises. Okay, we don't need to listen to that more. We can skip that one. Video from Azov's SSO showing them in a firefight with Russian forces and apparently storming a defensive position. So Azov's SSO showing them in a firefight with Russian forces and storming a defensive position. Azov battalion video. Vote in the chat. I'm going to put the poll on Facebook now. They all have suppressors on. They got suppressors on everything.
Прикрывайся.
Alright, polls up on Facebook. Look at the suppressors that they got. What is that? God, it'd be scary fighting in the woods like that. I've only been trained in urban. I I guess in basic training we're taught like how to operate in the in the field like that. But when I was in the military, when I was in the army, the focus was on urban warfare in the Middle East. So dude, being in like a forest in trenches like that, I don't know. It's terrifying. You don't know where the bullets are coming from. There's so much vegetation in there. More Russian cam AZ trucks with cope armor. They're giving them eyebrows now, apparently. There's some cope armored out cam AZ trucks. Hey, welcome to the Bite Size. Thank you so much for joining our channel. Thank you so much for joining the YouTube channel. And you got some more cope armor here. Another cam AZ truck. I mean, they looks like they cut a Z out of the armor along the bottom there, exposing the vent a little bit. You get your AC through the Z. You don't see a poll? You should see one. Click the or just refresh the video. There's been 12 votes so far on Facebook for it. You should see the poll. YouTube, there's a poll as well. Big cope armor. Here we got video of Wagner private military contractors in Severodonetsk. Oh, that's that Severodonetsk city we've talked about a couple times, and we went into it. Where is it? Oh, no, not further over enough. Here we go. Nope, oh, that's different. Where's Severodonetsk? I need to look this up. There's Severodonetsk and Severodonetsk. Okay, let's find out where this is. At the Wagner private military contractors for Russia. It's in Donetsk. Okay, it's in the Donetsk Oblast. Northeast of Donetsk, northeast of Horlivka. So right on the water. Right on this lake here. The Luhan River goes into it. Oh, I guess this is the Luhan. This is the river. Oh, I guess it's a. What's that where the river goes and it's on a lake? Tributary? Dang it! I didn't pay attention in geography. What's it called where it just is like it ends? I guess it extends into here too. You got a body of water. The Luhan River opens up there next to Severodonetsk. So not over here. Not over here. Severodonetsk is down here. My bad. The cities look the same. One different letter. Horlivka. Here it is. So on our war map, here you go. Severodonetsk. Alright. Let's look at the video. Wagner private military contractors. We got a $10 super chat from Michelle. Quickly says, Andrew, thanks for all you do. I know it's not much, but every bit helps, and I suppose I've been here since day one. Thoroughly enjoy your in-depth coverage. Slava Ukraine. Thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you so much for that. All right, let's get it.
Она сейчас контролируема украинскими силовиками, то есть националистами. Они пытались подорвать дамбу, но у них ничего не получилось. Они сделали так, как не надо было делать, и слава богу. Ну, дамбу мы контролируем, плотину, я надеюсь, не подорвут, потому что у нас тоже вооружение тут стоит. Этот дом, то есть все наблюдательные наши пункты обстреливаются с минометов, с танков, с крупнокалиберных пулеметов. У них везде, вон там сидят на трубах, на заводе, на ТЭС. Везде сидят глаза наблюдателей. У них очень хорошая оптика, приближают, видят очень замечательно. Мы сейчас, возможно, даже в наблюдении.
Like a reservoir.
Запускают в карман специально, у них тактика такая получается. У них уже точки отбитые, расстояния отбитые. И они ждут, пока мы больше затянемся, и начинают нас там оттуда уже, как говорится, более-менее стараются нас уничтожить, но у них ничего не получается. Люди нас встретили хорошо, под аплодисменты, поднятие российского флага. Все доброжелательные, говорят, что 8 лет вас ждали, плачут, бабушки, все дети, женщины. И очень, говорят, боятся, чтобы мы отсюда не ушли. Потому что они говорят, что когда в 2014 году заходили сюда российские военные, потом ушли, у них было горе все эти 8 лет. Поэтому я им сказал, что мы отсюда не уйдем, мы до последнего с ними.
Okay, that's the Wagner private military group. There isn't any translations or anything on there. Just get some visuals of the of Severodonetsk. Second half of the video showing a BMP-3 and a check-in MRAP. Oh, thank you so much for that $20 super chat. You are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, MJ. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tracy. Andy Shea, thank you. Big intense music. Big intense music.
Работать мы начали с населенного пункта Попасная. За нами следом укреплялась народная милиция.
You said Popasna, I heard that. Probably talking about that because the Wagner military, the Wagner PMCs captured that city, Popasna.
После Попасной поехали поля опять на Троицкое. Троицкое уже находится за нами. Теперь впереди Мироновская. Противник. Вооруженные силы Украины. Нацисты. Наемники иностранные, ну, противника много. Каждый раз приходится сталкиваться с разным. Кто-то бодается до конца, кто-то просто отдает. Но такие случаи очень редкие. С ВСУ двигается кто-то в черной форме. Я думаю, что это какие-то правосеки, может просто наемники. Очень большое скопление на этой ТЭЦ противника. Очень хорошо.
Yeah, and this is the Wagner private military group. There's the BMP-3. Thank you, Martin, so much. Weaponry required for Ukraine, Slava Ukraine, F-16s, Apache specifically.
Крепились. И
Or
все,
an
что
A-10.
прилегающее к ним, тоже противник не хочет отдавать. И держится за эти позиции всеми силами.
An A-10 would do.
Воюя на этой земле, у нас поддержка только от самих себя и от наших отрядов, которые находятся рядом.
So, again, that's the Wagner private military group. I wonder if there's a third video. Is there a third? Nope. Not a two. Alright, continuing on here. You got Russian Ministry of Defense video showing Russian MSTAS howitzers occupying hot positions and firing on Ukrainian targets. Oh yeah, Rick, definitely. MSTAS howitzer. Doing some maneuvers for the camera. All good, Jessica. Still got another 40 minutes or so left for stream. Plenty of stream to go. Lots of video to go through.
333. Залп. 333. Второй выстрел. Первый выстрел. Триста 33.
More training.
Три.
All right, that's a Russian TAS howitzers occupying hot positions and firing on Ukrainian targets, apparently. Odd, no clip markings on it. Ooh. I love going to the comments for these, but then magically one does have one later. Oh, let's do that one more time. Oh, very good eyes on that commenter. Very good eyeballs. Listen, there's usually something sus with every single one of these. Where's the Z? Oh, very good eyeballs by that commenter. Ain't no Z. There's no Z on this side. See if there's one on this one. Nope, pretty not a Z there. No Z on that one either. What does he got? Hold on. Whoa, was that a Wookiee? What was that? What's going on here? Is it a mask? I know I'm not seeing shit. It could just be late because it's like 12:40 in the morning. Looks like I don't know. Something's hanging there. It looks like a mask. I don't know what the hell that is, dude. What is that? Tell me I'm not seeing shit, chat. Tell me I'm not the only one seeing that. What is that? What the hell is that thing? Looks like a head, a Wookiee head. The fuck? Alright, let's see if what the Z pops back up. No Z there. Something furry for sure. I want to see if the Z's pop back up. It looks like there's some of the chalk on it. There's some chalk right there, the white chalk. Oh, not seeing it there. There it is. There's one there now. I want to see if this. There it is. That's the FAR tank. The FAR howitzer. The near howitzer doesn't even have a Z on it. So they're either not marking their vehicles now in Ukraine, or this is not in Ukraine. So they're either no longer marking their vehicles with their most prized propaganda tool with that Z now, and that's dead on arrival now, or this is not in Ukraine. One or the other. Damage. Look at the Z here. Damaged Russian Linza ambulance in the Izyum area. You got a Z on the ambulance. But not on some howitzers, dude. That's interesting. Well, one was on one of them, but it wasn't at the beginning of the video. It somehow made it onto it towards the end. Video of Russian Su-25 aircraft in the Advidka area. We've talked about Advidka on the map. Here it is. It's to the east of, what do we call it? Yasnavta. Trying to find an easier city to dial in here. It's maybe to the southwest of Horlivka. Directly north of Donetsk. There we go. That's probably the best way. Directly north of Donetsk, Advidka. Right on the outskirts of Russian-occupied territory in Ukraine. Bye. Probably copyrighted. You got some jet battles. Was that Top Gun movie any good? Anybody go see Top Gun Maverick? I heard it's good. Seen a lot of air combat in the Donbass. Also, comment if you are a veteran of the armed forces. We have an amazing veteran community that tunes in on a nightly basis. Comment your branch, your years of service, and your MOS if you could. Not just the United States too. If you served in your nation, whatever country you live in. If you served for your country, comment your branch. I served in the U.S. Army from 2012 to 2020. 4 years active duty, 4 years in the Army Reserves with 1 tour to the Middle East. I was an 88 Mike. Sergeant E5 was my last rank. Got some Su-25s in the Donbass. You got a Russian 2S7 and an MSTAS artillery in the south. With the Z on it. Weird. Yep, Tom Cruise is in the new one. He is in this recent one. Oh, there's an MSTAS howitzer. And look at it. That looks a little different than the one we saw in the video, huh? Is there a location on these? In the south. So southern MSTAS howitzers have some desert cam on there. Desert camo, right? In the Donbass, it seems like they have all green MSTAS howitzers. Also pay attention to the camo patterns on these things in locations that they have their equipment in. That's also, you can tell if it's like fake photos or not. If the camouflage on because the video we saw of those MSTAS howitzers, they're green, right? They're completely green. There's no desert camo on there. Straight green, dude. Green all the way. So in the south, these MSTAS howitzers got a little bit of desert on there too. Keep in mind. Low flying Russian Ka-52 helicopters. Where is this? Just a lot of, where is this at? Another video flying over Russian forces. That is very low flying. Very low flying. Is there a reason? No. No location either. Next video here, we got Russian Spetsnaz in a firefight in the woods. Oh, likely fighting the Azov battalion in the woods. This looks like the same wood line from the other side. We'll watch that video from the Azov in the woods. Now here's the Spetsnaz. Looks like the same area. Wouldn't that be something if the video from the Azov and this Spetsnaz video were like the same day? Sure, it looks like it.
Да, отходим, Барс, отходим, Барс! черный! Держу! Готов! Барс, отходи, отходи, отходи!
Oh no, we're getting bots coming in. Bots are coming in. Uh-oh.
Держу, держу.
Where's our mods? Mods sleeping? I got it. Alright. Mods asleep? I need to add one of y'all as a mod to the channel for the night. Mods are sleepy time. Dang.
Пошел, Барс, Барс! Барс! Держу! Отходим, пацаны! Отход! Да!
Well, one thing too is this is the first Russian video I've seen in quite some time where you know that they're actually in a firefight. Also, I mean, we have seen the Ukrainian side of this in this woods in here in Severodonetsk. Here you have more Russian Spetsnaz coming under fire. This is okay. This is some of the ground fighting happening in Severodonetsk in the woods. I won't say they're randomly firing in these videos. You can hear the cracks in the distance, and also, again, we just watched a clip from the Azov battalion in the woods in Severodonetsk from their side. They're like likely engaging each other in these series of videos. Likely. Here's more Spetsnaz and Russian Spetsnaz deploying a UAV. Well, this is not in the same area. Not in the same area on that video. Here, oh. Okay. Alright, we're gonna skip this video, but this, alright, so just I'll play it to the point, because I don't want to. Alright, so they walk right into a mine, okay, and then it kills all of them. I'm not going to play that graphic, but just to give you an idea, if you see this video, you can watch it all you want. I don't want to play it. Alright, they blow up right in the middle of the road. Video of a mortar of artillery strike on Russian troops by Ukraine's 54th Mechanized Brigade in Marinka. Blow up that whole all the soldiers in the middle of the road. They walked right into a mine. Is this part of it too? Like the beginning of the video? Hey coach, welcome. It is getting late, nearing 1 in the morning. Can you believe we used to go all night long stream? I was live until from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. To be live all night long when the war first began. Have people tuned in all night long. Yep, anti-personnel mine in the middle of the road for the video prior to this. I'm not gonna like since the beginning of this, unless it's been exposure to the war crimes that have been happening that have come directly from the president of Ukraine, which I haven't seen since those videos from Bucha were released. I don't put that on the screen, but he wanted everyone to see that and see the facts of it, and that was not good at all. But I'm not showing videos that show like blatant death like that. I'm not doing that. So, video of Russian forces uncovering a German DM-22 mine in place by Ukrainian forces. Okay, got some camo on it, but not being used. Russian forces uncovering a German DM-22 mine emplaced. Okay. Here you got an LNR firing, artillery firing on the Bakhmut-Lysychansk highway. Trying to disrupt that ground line of communication. Bakhmut-Lysychansk highway. We talked about it earlier in the stream. How important the town of Bakhmut is to getting supplies and troops and supplies and troops. All of the necessary needs, Lysychansk needs to keep Severodonetsk from getting captured. The Russians are firing on the main road from Bakhmut to Lysychansk. Doing well, Michael. Thank you for asking. Thank you so much for asking. Oh, looks like Su-25s in the distance. Airplane battles. Or jet battles. Tons of Russian footage lately? Yes. You want to know why? Want to know why that there's been tons of Russian footage and minimal Ukraine? Because any footage, any footage Ukraine puts out of even their artillery strikes within their cities, of Russian artillery strikes within the town, puts Ukraine further at risk for operational security. So Russia's just going to keep cranking videos out. They're going to keep cranking these clips out left and right. That's their prerogative. Ukraine can't put too many videos out there because it'll put their operational security at risk. They're on the defense, right? That's why there's not so many Ukrainian videos like there used to be. Okay. The battlefield music to it. Can't use battlefield music. That's when the battlefield music was good. Now Battlefield's terrible. It's a thermobaric multiple launch rocket system. You can see the fireballs too when it lands. Wow. Those are built to be trench busters, the thermobaric rounds. They've been used on civilian infrastructure the entire time. Thermobaric multiple launch rocket systems from Russia on positions in the Mykolaiv area. Mykolaiv. Likely from here. Explosions again audible in Mykolaiv 21 hours ago. There it is. It'd be to the northwest of Kherson. Here you got video of Ukrainian Korsar ATGM strikes on a Russian column. Ukrainian strike on Russian vehicles. Nope. You're gonna get me dizzy with this editing. When they hit the lead vehicle. Damn. Another Russian column, another Russian column destroyed. Hit the middle vehicle. That front vehicle got destroyed. The Ukrainian Corsair ATGM. Here you got Ukrainian a farmer. There's tractors in the chat pulling our captured Russian BTR. Tractors in the chat.
Отжали пидорски все-таки БТР. Теперь войска ТРО будут боронить техникой.
Coach Brian says, Andrew, 103 days, you're still putting in that work. Of course. Hopefully not 103 more days, but if we do need to cover it for 103 more days, we'll be here. Unfortunately, I'm thinking it's going to be another 103 days. Andrew, YouTube, thank you so much, Lynette. So, tractors in the chat. Farmer pulling a captured Russian BTR. More crowd-funded equipment for Russian forces, including 2 forklifts for transporting bombs and munitions for Russian aircraft. So they got forklifts. Crowd-funded. The fuck? Crowd-funded Russian equipment. Solid. Here's more crowd-funded Russian equipment. Because their government and their Kremlin doesn't care about them. They're just cogs in. I mean, we're all cogs in our own systems in whatever country we live in, but in Russia especially, you get conscripted into that military, boy. It's like a life sentence, basically. You get conscripted into the Russian military to go fight in Ukraine. That's a death sentence. Extra cog. Bigger cog. Russian VDV, BTR-D, and BMD-4M vehicles with O markers in the Donbass from last week. Alright, so vehicles from a week ago in the Donbass. Russian vehicles from a week ago. Hey, Andrew Reese. Great content, Drew. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, thank you. Live all week. Again, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. It'll be at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Oh, just tomorrow and Wednesday. Thursday, January 6th hearings at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central. They got it on prime time. So we'll be covering that on Thursday. But tomorrow, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Friday, we'll see how late I get back from our first softball game. I'll be good to go. Late stream for Friday, 11 p.m. Week ago. More, a Russian BMP-2, a BMP-1, and an MTLB with troops. You see the way that... Hold on. What is that now? We're just throwing Z's all over it. We're just throwing Z's all... They got that one. That one looks like it was actually stenciled. These ones, I'm not sure what was going on. They just probably got extra loaded on vodka and just kept covering their vehicles in Z's. So that video, you got a BMP-2, a BMP-1, and an MTLB with Russian troops with the Z's all over them. Here you got video of Russian military column in northeast Syria. Why? That's different. Syria. You got the Z's in Syria too? Oh, have they had the Z's in Syria? Who's been paying attention to Syria? Maybe we need to. Maybe we need to. They got Z's though and their vehicles there. I don't know why this is in the mix, but probably just to show the... Interesting. Okay, that's in Syria. You got a Vistral, 2 Pantsteer S1, 2 BTR-82s with RCID jammers, and a Cam AZ truck with a Z. So those are just trucks in Syria, similar trucks that the Russian forces are using in Ukraine, in Syria. Ukrainian Mi-8 helicopter in Kharkiv from May 18th. Mi-8 helicopter. Kharkiv. Oh, got a new video. New. Russian S-300 Favorite system in Ukraine. Without any Z's on it? I don't know about that. Not a single Z to be found on the side of this vehicle. In Ukraine? No. I don't think so. What do the comments say here? Anybody notice? Scrap. No Z or markers indicated though. In Ukraine or not Ukraine? Maybe that should be the newest question every time we look at photos or video. Ukraine or not Ukraine from Russia? Thinking not Ukraine for these photos at least. Video of a Ukrainian SSO striking a Russian BMP-2 with an RPG. Yes, S-300s have the ICBMs. The S-300s have the ICBMs, the big boys. A lot of their S-300s in Crimea. A lot of those S-300s are here on the coast. All right. Let's go to the Ukraine War Report. Go to any of the videos you might have missed. So we got Ukrainian 2S1 Gvozdivka. Gvozdidka. 122 millimeter self-propelled howitzer. Why am I having an issue with that word? Gvozdidka. There it is. Gvozdidka. Words are hard. Interesting autoloader on that. It's got to be so loud in that. It's got to be so loud, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, they just pile up in there, yeah. Then they clean them out. They throw them out. It's no different than when you're on a gun truck and your gunners engaging and you're getting casings all over inside the truck. It's no different. They're bigger. It's got to be so loud. We got it pretty productive though. They got a nice system going in there. Ukrainian troops get morale boost as M777 howitzers make an impact in the Donetsk region. How howitzers are making an impact in Ukraine. The United States, Canada, and Australia have contributed the long-range artillery. The U.S.-built British-designed weapons are in the fight in the Donetsk region.
Почалося всього 5 днів. Цього було більш ніж достатньо.
Training took 5 days.
Yo.
Yo. Any you learned it in 5 days. Who was artillery in the chat? Anybody who was artillery? you AIT should be 5 days now. Okay.
Вже більше в роботі розбиралися.
We learned some of the details already while in action. So that's obvious. That's, you know, that's common, I found, in the military. When you're in the military, a lot of the shit you learn is like in the midst of it, like during the mission or like while you're in the moment. That's the best learning experience you're gonna get, honestly. My first mission, my sergeant, when I was in the Middle East, we had like a hat trip. We had to go pick up M1 Abrams from the Marines at a port in Kuwait. And I've never driven a het before. And that trailer is huge, and the het is huge. It's a giant truck. It transports tanks, okay? It's a big, giant piece of equipment. He goes, hey, you ever driven one of these before? No, Sergeant. All right, bet, hop in. You'll be all right. That was it. All right. Cool. All right. I guess this is the day I learn.
Нічого абсолютно важкого немає, якщо можна сказати так. Навіть, можливо, трохи простіше, упрощена така програма була. Навіть самі інструктори, що нас навчали, дивувалися, як ми це на ходу.
Instructors were surprised. We understood everything on the fly. Love people that can learn like that.
Схоплюємо, швидко навчаємося.
Зараз на моєму фоні українська артилерія наносить вогневе ураження по цілях із реактивно-активних снарядів із гаубиці М777, яка надійшла із Сполучених Штатів Америки на озброєння українським військовим.
Постріл! Готовий. Раз, два. Постріл!
Це, напевно, в першу чергу піднімає бойовий дух, що самих нас, як артилеристів, що піхоту, якщо вони десь побачать, що йде прикриття саме з них. Тобто це відчувається така, знаєте, свого роду допомога партнерів, які так чи інакше нам допомагають. І помимо того, що ще є наші радянські системи, які так само з нами тут знаходяться, працюють, вони вже бачать щось новеньке, яке ми швидко опановуємо.
Soviet weapons are shit.
Стріляємо, тому неодноразово отримували навіть слова вдячності від піхотинців. Тому воно змінює, да. На жаль, ще не в такій достатній кількості, щоб ми могли працювати більш, так скажемо, ефективніше.
Some more gifts to our enemy. So they want more howitzers, more of these M777s.
Нашим ворогам. Не знаю, напевно, все-таки те, що більшість з нас розуміє, що, по-перше, не ми починали цю війну. Те, що вони прийшли на нашу землю і наробили досить багато великої біди, майже кожен з нас відчув це на собі, оскільки що рідних повтрачали, деякі що бойових побратимів. І в якійсь мірі це є свого роду така ще злість на те, що не варто було цього робити. Інколи навіть буває важко, так опускаються руки, така інтенсивність, що не відпочити, не якось, не знаю, там нормально не погарчуватись.
Sometimes there's no opportunity to have a rest or a proper meal.
Ти кожного ранку просинаєшся і в тебе це все в голові.
Wake up every morning and you realize that your work must be done. And it's no laziness or trying to get out of it. You got to do it.
Розумію, що це потрібно
Because if they don't, then Russia takes over their entire country.
робити. І оця така жага, чим пошвидше це все завершити, чим пошвидше отримати цю перемогу, яку дуже багато людей чекають не лише в Україні. І повернутися, власне, до своїх домівок вже на, так би мовити, заслужений відпочинок.
They can return to their homes and have a well-deserved rest. I did my AIT at Fort Lost in the Woods in Missouri. So what? Oh, this is the. Here you go. One more time.
Отжали пидорский все-таки БТР.
One more time. You seen that?
Теперь войска ТРО будут с бронетехникой.
Got a tractor pull. You got Stugna-P, 5.4 kilometer Stugna anti-tank missile strike on a Russian multiple launch rocket system. setting off its rockets. Oh, we gotta see this.
Пуск!
I don't think I've seen this one. I've seen so many Stugna-P videos. 5.4 kilometers. Look at the distance.
Стой.
Не трогать! Ничего.
I did basic at Jackson. Our barracks weren't built yet, so we lived in transient trailers. We were literally in...
Yes!
Wow, dude. Wow, what a hit. Look at that. Let's go back a little bit. We were literally in trailers because our barracks were being built, so it was great. We were in like the slums. Dang.
Yes.
Okay, I do remember seeing this video. If you haven't, though, I remember this video now. I've seen this.
Да снимай, я отсюда вижу. Тут
5.4 kilometers away. Wow. And then when it struck, that you saw the, and then it fired one round off after it hit. Wow, very precise. They're getting very good. They're very good with that. UA controls 90% of the. So here's, I don't know about that. So this video is saying that Ukraine controls 90% of the town. I don't know about that. I don't know. Listen, hey, you gotta be as positive as possible, right? But even on our war map, that ain't 90% of the town. You know, that ain't 90%. There, like I said earlier, if you missed the whole breakdown of the map, which I do at the start of the streams, and like where Russia is, where Ukraine is, what villages, what towns have been captured, if any, what villages have been liberated, if any, and changes. And I don't know about 90% of Severodonetsk being liberated at this time. It's going back and forth between Russia and Ukraine, between 40% to 70% back and forth. So it could be like 70% in Ukrainian control right now, but certainly not 90%. Certainly not 90%. Let's see what this video is, though. To the numbers being thrown out. Don't know if it's 90%. That's a little inflated. That's inflated. Let's continue. We'll come back to Zelensky. The Georgian Legion arrives in Severodonetsk. So here's some of the Georgian Legion and the Luhansk Oblast on June 6th. As the ground fighting picks up in the east in Severodonetsk.
Oh.
We'll have to wait and see tomorrow. It changes every day, y'all. So it's not like, listen, you got the other thing too that I've learned in the military. Maybe this is easier for me in life now, but definitely the military information changes. Like it could change in a minute, honestly. Like, so what I tell you now could be different like a minute from now. If there was a breaking report happening, you know what I mean? Like I could be sitting here saying, I don't know if Ukraine has 90% of Severodonetsk, and then like there's 1:15 in the morning, so it's like daytime now. There could be a breaking report that says Ukraine now has all of Severodonetsk, so it could change. Things change. Things don't stay the same for long, especially in war, especially when this town is being fought over. So try to be as fluid as you can with receiving information, especially from the Donbass. Try to be fluid. Shit'll change. So don't go saying fake news, stupid, dumb shit because people don't know that information changes over time. Because what you were told yesterday isn't going to be the same information as today or tomorrow. It just changes. It's just how life works. Especially in war. LNR prisoners of war. No POW videos. Ukrainian 2S1 Pion 203mm self-propelled heavy artillery firing. So you got a Ukrainian 2S1 Pion. These big ones. These are the big boys. The big Good audio there. You gotta stand on the back of that platform? I don't know. Sheesh. Dude. Looks like my lower back would be thrown out. The amount of shock to the body probably standing back there. Man. The amount of shock that he's taking standing there. We saw that video. We saw that one. Here's a new one. Report of the Ukrainians operating Polish T-72s and a Dutch YPR 765 armored personnel carrier. Oh, copyrighted audio. Yeah, the Ukrainian flags. Severodonetsk mayor said Ukraine has 50% now, but that was 12 hours ago. Yeah, that's going to change. It's going to, I bet you it'll fluctuate between 40 and 70% for like a week or two. It'll fluctuate between 40 to 70% unless something drastically changes right now. Or if Russia cuts off Ukraine, completely cuts off Ukraine's ground line of communication and supply line from, what's this? Shoot, Bakhmut to Lysychansk. If they can cut that off, that'll hurt Ukraine bad, and Russia will have a better chance of completely taking the city. But as long as Ukraine's getting their supplies and their troop resupplies from Bakhmut to Lysychansk, and Russia doesn't cut this off here, which they're trying to do, they're trying to sever this right here. What's Severodonetsk is the biggest city, trying to cut this thing off, and the Ukrainians can't get to Lysychansk. That's the Russian objective there. Some more videos. Ukrainian chewing French supplied. Ukrainians are crewing. Why did I say chewing? Hello, what time is it? Ukrainians crewing French supplied Caesar 155mm self-propelled howitzers. These are those French Caesar howitzers. Who was on the stream when we looked that up? I think it was probably a week or two ago. The French sending these howitzers in and see how they're being utilized.
Nous avons rendez-vous avec l'élite des artilleurs ukrainiens.
C'est cool.
Concentration extrême et commandant aux aguets.
Glad to see the French are doing
cette
something.
unité utilise les fameux canons César livrés par la France.
Ça va aller très vite. Soyez prêts.
Lieu de rendez-vous communiqué au tout dernier moment. Cet officier se retourne et s'inquiète car un duel d'artillerie est déjà en cours. Voici les Césars. 3 canons français au cœur de la
Good to see France in the fight.
Alignement dans ce champ de colza, préparation au tir, procédure millimétrée et obus de 155 mm. La cible aujourd'hui, des pièces d'artillerie russes positionnées à 17 km. Ce son très sourd, écoutez bien, c'est l'arrivée des obus sur les objectifs visés. Seulement 4 minutes et 20 secondes dans ce champ, puis c'est déjà le départ.
Okay, similar to like the Russian videos.
Juste après avoir tiré, les artilleurs doivent partir au plus vite pour éviter d'être repérés par l'ennemi, ce que nous faisons bien sûr, nous aussi. Nous repartons vers une base militaire que nous ne filmons pas. Cette brigade, c'est la cible à abattre aux yeux des Russes. Dans cette pièce, un officier fait les coups.
Similar to like the Russian videos too. That one looked sus. I don't know. Maybe these are just being used in the west of Ukraine. They're just, obviously this was for a video. I mean, look, they're in their soft caps. They're not even wearing armor. They're in their t-shirts. That's why I'm saying that. Which you look at what they're wearing. They're definitely in downgraded attire, and that doesn't look anything like the dude that we just seen on the front lines, or like even this M77 team here. Look at, they're in full kit. Full kit. Where's dude? Go back up really quick. Oh. I don't know, I lost the video. I don't know, just the beginning of this looks like it's not on the front lines at least. Looks like they're just training on this, or like getting the information out. Like it's like a report to like show that these systems are in Ukraine. It's similar to like what Russia does when they have new systems get there, saying that it's like on the front lines, but it's really not. They're definitely there. Like these are definitely in Ukraine, but this isn't on the front lines.
Nous repartons vers une base militaire que nous ne filmons pas. Cette brigade, c'est la cible à abattre aux yeux des Russes. Dans cette pièce, un officier fait les comptes, images à l'appui. Après chaque tir de César, des drones de surveillance ukrainiens survolent les cibles visées. Ici, des chars russes détruits il y a quelques jours. Il accepte de nous emmener sur un court entraînement à l'arrière du front.
Damn France, no chill.
Ces jeunes artilleurs ukrainiens ont été formés en France, en pleine guerre, il y a un mois, sur une base militaire, dans le sud de l'Hexagone.
These guys have a little more kit on in this part of the video.
Nous avons été envoyés en France pour étudier la technique de tir du César. On a reçu beaucoup d'informations. On a dû tout comprendre le plus vite possible, en moins de 2 semaines.
Maîtriser par exemple le système d'entrée des coordonnées de la cible. Le César, c'est la fierté de l'artillerie française. Il tire 6 obus à la minute à une distance de 40 km avec une grande précision. Il est surtout monté...
You can see the Ukrainian flag sticker on the ladder.
Obus à la minute à une distance de 40 km avec une grande précision. Il est surtout monté sur camion, une mobilité qui sauve des vies.
Nos ennemis utilisent des moyens modernes de renseignement et des drones pour nous repérer. Il ne faut donc pas rester longtemps sur le champ de tir.
What's the maintenance like on these hydraulics? I mean, I don't know specifically on this piece of equipment, but this looks like a NATO piece of... It's a NATO, so they're all kind of similar. The equipment used.
Il ne faut pas leur laisser le temps de répliquer.
This looks exact. I mean, this piece of equipment, someone from the United States or United Kingdom or whatever could train on this pretty quickly. All of NATO's equipment, military equipment or vehicles. I mean, yes, they have different companies that make them, but like structurally and like they're just built similar. If that makes sense. They're all from all the countries in NATO. They're like so anybody from any country could use it.
César est très manœuvrable.
Within NATO.
De partir vite.
Après avoir été utilisé, ces Césars français.
Okay, they got the BII boxes or like all the shits in like similar locations.
Totalement secret, ils ne roulent jamais sur les routes.
The 777 needed maintenance weekly.
De jour, ils roulent la nuit dans des champs comme celui-ci.
In the United States, it's every use you do maintenance. You do preventative maintenance before, during. You're supposed to do during and after, but most of the time the during part of the maintenance is just done in the after portion, because that's obviously like an after thing. Like you reflect on the mission, and then you like, you know what I mean? Like during the mission, you're not writing any deficiencies unless something significant happens that you need to write a note down for later. But on trucks especially, it's every use. We do preventative maintenance on vehicles. And if there's a problem, you got to send it into the mechanics immediately. We're a completely different military than Russia, like what you guys are seeing. Zelensky visiting Ukrainian positions near Lysychansk, Luhansk Oblast on June 5th. There's -10 level maintenance that operators can do on equipment and take care of ourselves where we don't need the mechanics. Like changing the fluid checks, tire changes, lights, anything with the lights. Trying to think of what else. -10 level for like... Trying to think of what else is basic 10 level shit that we can do. Yeah, well, it's anything with like the bolts, anything screwing things, tightening things. Zelensky giving out some awards. Cleaning. Making sure your vehicle's clean. Here you got a soldier serving in recon unit in Ukraine. Gives practical guide on how to operate system. So Rom Diesel asked, are there any Nazis left? Well, Russia's still in Ukraine, so there are plenty of them left. Soldier serving in a recon unit in Ukraine gives practical guide on how to operate NLAW anti-tank system.
Hello guys, today
This dude's giving NLAW lessons.
I do a little bit of review of the sub-defense NLAW anti-tank system.
Listen, you at US military, you don't even send them through basic, just watch YouTube videos.
Basically, when you unpack the NLAW itself, the single-use rocket, you have accumulator placed in front of the container.
Basic training through YouTube, dude. Hey, listen, I heard that BLC graduates, which is what you need to become an NCO in the army, because of COVID, they graduated and shit on Zoom, dude. That's tough.
2 pins.
Becoming a sergeant on Zoom.
Apply some pressure to seat the battery in. The best is not just slap it, but when you squeeze those two, you can seat it without any violence. You do this before mission to put the rocket itself into the combat order, so all systems are functioning. For demonstration purposes, I will remove it, so I can press all the buttons, right?
Oh wow.
So, first is the basic setting.
Oh,
the
come on,
fuse
stream.
itself, or more accurately the finder, activates in 20 meters, which is the minimal distance, or from 100 meters upwards, yeah? So if you know you have any metallic object, like for example vehicle, some piece of machinery, or another beaten down tank, in that
stream is jittery. Come on, stream, fix yourself. Fix yourself. We're going a little overtime anyways, but I wanted to see this. Yep, I know, it's starting to lag on my end. I'm seeing it. Hold steady. Oh yeah, getting buffering here. It's fixed every time. It's fixed itself. Just stick with it. Is it audio? Yeah, YouTube's lagging. So is Facebook. Both of them are. Both of them are. Fine. No, this is a soldier in the recon unit in Ukraine. Are we good now? Let me make sure. It should fix itself. It's gone. It's like fixed. The lag doesn't last long. Let me know in the chat when the video fixes. Seems to be 100% safe. All right.
Distance about
Good.
70 meters. You flip this to activate the magnetic finder in the distance over 100 meters.
Comment in the chat if it's good for you. We should be good to go now. I see it's smooth on my end, but let me know if it's good on your guys' end.
Generally, you want it, if you have close engagement, basically...
We'll back up some. We'll back up some. We missed it. That lag was terrible. All right, let's just go back to the beginning. Fuck it. Here we go. All right, back to the beginning. Lag messed it up. Let's go. Here we go.
Hello guys, today I would like to introduce you and do a little bit of review of the sub-defense NLAW anti-tank system. Basically, when you unpack the NLAW itself, the single-use rocket, you have accumulator placed in front of the container. Accumulator have 2 pins, so you need apply some pressure to seat the battery in. The best is not just slap it, but when you squeeze those two, you can seat it without any violence.
I'm going to put my dab pen together while he's putting this NLAW together. And let's have a safety meeting while we learn about this NLAW system.
You do this before mission to put the rocket itself into the combat order, so all systems are functioning. For demonstration purposes, I will remove it, so I can press all the buttons, right? So, first is the basic setting. The fuse itself, or more accurately the finder, activates in 20 meters, which is the minimal distance, or from 100 meters upwards, yeah? So if you know you have any metallic object, like for example vehicle, some piece of machinery, or another beaten down tank, in that distance about 70 meters, you flip this to activate the magnetic finder in the distance over 100 meters. But generally you want it, if you have close engagement, basically the closest distance from which the rocket is active. Then we have top attack, or we have direct action. So direct action is against unarmed targets. Top attack it's on all the tanks, all the armored vehicles, but the NLAW itself, it's not the top attack in javelin sense. It doesn't need that much distance, the rocket, to raise up. It basically fly over the target and then explode the shape charge, so even in distance of 20 meters you can have the top attack mode activated. Here we can see an add-on module for the night vision.
This is basically how like a Dyson vacuum cleaner op works too.
The
yeah, there you go, John. Yeah, I just saw that.
We don't have here, but there are those floating around. So if you're putting night vision on, you have this extra rail.
Extra rail for night
plus
vision.
Minus this whole separate thing, just for night vision use.
And that's stored right in the... Wow. All of that for just a single use? Is NLAW single use too, right?
But for us, we have only ACOG. To deploy the ACOG from the transport position, we press this level. Press like so.
There's an ACOG sight on it too.
And
that's
we have ACOG with about 2 power magnification. From here, we did our basic settings, so I want top attack, I want activation from 20 meters, and now the only thing that we need, we have 2 safeties. This is just mechanical one, that prevent this red level to get out of the way. So we flip the first safety.
2 safety, yeah.
Right here. So we can see red button, we are hot. After we have second safety, we pull it aside. Now we find the target into the ACOG chevron. We place the ACOG chevron on target. And with this level, we lock approximately 5 seconds on the target. When the vehicle is moving,
wow,
you are sighted in and leading the vehicle while pressing this button. And when you want fire, you just press with your thumb on this button, the rocket fire. It's fire and forgot system.
Fire and forgot, yeah.
So, 2 safeties, like transportation one, this is the last safety before deployment. Pull this aside. Locking system, locking on the target, pressing button, you fire.
Gotta realize there's a lot of people from other countries in Ukraine's Foreign Legion. There's
this
likely Dutch, you said?
It's extremely capable. It can beat basically any modern tank, including those with cope cages.
You said cope cages. Let's go. One more time. Let's go.
Including those with cope cages.
One more time. You said it so seriously.
This
Why?
system is extremely capable. It can beat basically any modern tank, including those with cope cages. Now we will just look at how to deploy it.
That's awesome.
In the field.
When memes become reality.
So yes, you get to the position, you have your accumulator already in. You press.
And now I will demonstrate how to blow up a Russian tank. You get a whole step by step.
Your ACOG, you can deploy your butt plate and your monopod.
Dude. All of this for one use, a single use weapon. Wow. He's got a sticker on
The
it.
handles themselves are very
Likely already been used then, huh?
very user friendly. Transport safety is already off. We're leading the target, looking at the system, pressing by thumb, fire and forget.
Fire and forget.
The monopod you can extend all the way to the ground, like so.
That looks uncomfortable
Or
though.
you can use it as a support.
That looks like it sucked. Who would do that? Look at, he had to like he had to scooch down even further, which like totally messed it, unless you didn't extend it all the way.
Like so.
Does anyone that's used this thing use that as like the?
Or you can use it as the support.
This is an N-law.
Your body.
Oh, the body support might be useful. That one might be used. Yeah, I'd probably, yeah.
So yes, that's a quick guide how to use the N-law anti-tank system. Thank you.
What would that do though? Is there like recoil right there? Wouldn't that dig right into your damn? I don't know. Wouldn't that dig in? Again, I've never fired an N-law. Don't know. Maybe not. That's a little close for me. Maybe not in that spot. Maybe in like my ham, my hammy. So what else we got here? Let's go to the. So that is like the what's it called? The hottest video section. See what we got for newest videos, if there's anything new. Ukrainian forces celebrate launch of the BM-21 Grad rocket salvo on Russian positions. No audio, but dude's excited. Grad missiles on Russian positions. Matt, you want to bet seriously? Matt says he bets $100 Andrew has never hit a home run. So like a serious bet? There is video evidence. I'm letting you know that now before you make this serious bet. It is on video. I've hit one. Alright, what do we got here? Ukrainian forces rain BM-21 Grad rockets on Russian targets. So this is the Grad. Is this from the same area then? You got a celebratory BM-21 Grad launch, and then more likely from the same area. One more time. Rocket salvos. Alright, what do we got here? Russian Spetsnaz ambush a Ukrainian squad. So these are some of the newest videos. Andrew, is John Sweeney back? Negative. Not yet. When do we get our N-law certifications in the mail? Right. I'll send you guys your training certificates. Alright, you don't need to see that. Alright. So, I think that's gonna be, I think that might be it. Let's go top. Oh, we saw these. I think we've seen all of the very latest for tonight. What do we got? It's nearly 2 in the morning. Nearly 2 in the morning. No, POWs. We've seen all of these. Oh, alright. We've seen everything. We've done it all. Seen all the latest updates and video clips. I'm just going to do one more rundown of the key points from the day's activities. Oh, he did. He is back? Oh, hold on. Skirt. Hold on. Stop it all. He says he's back. Oh shit. Oh, he is back. Hold on, stop everything. John Sweeney, he's back in Kyiv. Kyiv Diary Day 103, Tank Cemetery. Alright. Orange hats in the chat. John is back. Oh dear, gotta add him back to the rotation. Almost forgot about our guy. He's back in Kyiv. Alright, John.
Kyiv Diary Day 103 of Vladimir Putin's war. The electricity is still on, the internet is still on, and there are Russian tanks in my street. But they're all a bit fucked. So,
they're all a bit fucked.
This is a fantastic kind of amazing museum, brand new, of smashed up Russian tanks. When I was in Kyiv at the very start of the war, it was scary, very. So thanks very much to the Ukrainian army for doing their bit, for turning all of this stuff into museum pieces. In the big war, while I was away, back in London seeing friends and family, there was a talk of the Russians doing very well. In particular, they were besieging a town called Severodonetsk, and they almost took it.
So they're at now.
Then, the last few days, the Ukrainian army have launched a counterattack. And yesterday, President Zelensky went bang up to the front lines and saw it. There's courage. There's leadership. Meanwhile, the old monster in the Kremlin looks increasingly sick. He always holds onto a table with a kind of death grip. So, the news from Kiev, the news from Ukraine is good. Take care, and love from Kiev.
I got you, Matt. Don't worry. I'll pull it up at the end of the stream. Let's watch some John's. So some people are asking, why is John's kind of like he's a staple on the channel for coverage. I mean, he's been providing his personal diary since the beginning of the war. He took like a few weeks off, went back to London. He's an old BBC. He's an old BBC war reporter. Now he just does his own independent work, and we've just been listening to his diaries literally since day one. We found his diaries he's been posting. Lots of moments from John. So, all right. So here's day 104, 5 minutes ago. Newest. The newest.
Vladimir Putin's war.
All right. Just posted.
104 of Vladimir Putin's war. The electricity is still on. The internet is still on. There are no Russians.
It's not even day 104 yet on our stream. We're still on 103. So this is like the newest. Let's get it.
104 of Vladimir Putin's war. The electricity is still on. The internet is still on. There are no Russians. Beautiful park in a sweet part of Kiev, and I'm still wearing my lucky orange hat, though it's hot. It's my birthday. I'm 64. No more Wild Charles Sweeney. Some say, well, we'll...
You gotta go to John's Twitter and wish him happy birthday. He said it's his birthday today. How old is he?
64. No more Wild...
64 today. John's birthday.
Hot. It's my birthday. I'm 64. No more Wild Charles Sweeney. Some say, well, we'll see. In the meantime, some thoughts about what the Ukrainians have taught me. Their courage and their spirit and their fight. It's been beautiful. I'm going towards the war at the back end of this week.
Ooh.
To catch up with my old friend Vlad Demchenko. He's the guy who arrested me on day 2 on suspicion of me being a Russian spy. Do I look like a Russian spy? Anyway, the beauty of this thing, this awful, stupid war, is that it's reminded all of us, and the Ukrainians have helped us, that democracy must be defended, but free speech does not come free. Thinking about British politics for a second, I'm a Liberal Democrat. I'm asking people to support former Army Major Richard Ford and Tiverton and Honiton, and also my old pal Rob Pitt, who's former major in the Rifles. He's standing as a Liberal Democrat in the council elections in Ely, vote Rob Pitt. But the other thing is this, is that I have so much more in common with my Labour and Conservative and Green and SNP and Plaid Cymru friends than I have with Vladimir Putin or President Xi of China. So there is, let's not forget that democracy is beautiful and precious, and let us not forget respect for our democratic rivals. Johnny Mercer MP, Tory, first British politician to Kiev. One of his gang loaned me their flat jacket and I've still got it. Beautiful. Liam Burns stood up to the oligarchs' lawyers. Labour MP. Gian Park. Anyway, all of it's lovely. Love from Kiev.
Oh dang, no, we wanted more of that. No, John, you were just starting to get into it. What you mean? Why did he stop? No, he was getting further and further based right there. Dang it, John. He gave us a little life lesson there. Let's do that one more time. Let's listen to this one last time. Damn it, John. He's giving us life. Damn it.
104 of Vladimir Putin.
This is the latest he just posted.
104 of Vladimir Putin's war. The electricity is still on, the internet is still on, there are no Russian tanks. This beautiful park in a sweet part of Kyiv. And I'm still wearing my lucky orange hat, though it's hot. It's my birthday, I'm 64, no more Wild Charles Sweeney. Some say, well, we'll see. In the meantime, some thoughts about what the Ukrainians have taught me, their courage and their spirit and their fight. It's been beautiful. I'm going towards the war at the back end of this week to catch up with my old friend Vlad Demchenko. He's the guy who arrested me on day 2 on suspicion of me being a Russian spy. Do I look like a Russian spy? Anyway, the beauty of this thing, this awful, stupid war, is that it's reminded all of us, and the Ukrainians have helped us, that democracy must be defended, but free speech does not come free.
Democracy must be defended, but free speech does not come free.
Thinking about British politics for a second, I'm a Liberal Democrat. I'm asking people to support former Army Major Richard Ford and Tiverton and Honiton, and also my old pal Rob Pitt, who's former Major in the Rifles. He's standing as a Liberal Democrat in the council elections in Ely. Vote Rob Pitt. But the other thing is this, is that I have so much more in common with my Labour and Conservative and Green and SNP and Plaid Cymru.
That is the one thing I do wish we had in the United States. I don't want to get into it either because we're at the end of it. We'll be talking about this plenty on, oh my God, dude, on Thursday when we have our January 6th hearings. God dang, dude. But I do wish the United States had multiple parties in the government and representatives of their parties and not two. Two-party system is going to kill us here in the United States, dude. I'm telling you right now, straight up. No other way to say it.
Friends than I have with Vladimir Putin or President Xi of China. So there is, let's not forget that democracy is beautiful and precious. And let us not forget respect for our democratic rivals. Johnny Mercer MP, Tory, first British politician to Kyiv, one of his gang loaned me their flat jacket and I've still got it. Beautiful. Liam Burns stood up to the oligarchs' lawyers, Labour MP, Gian Park. Anyway, all of it's lovely. Love from Kyiv.
God dang it. All of it's lovely. Love from Kyiv. He was starting to get into it. Now he got me talking about it. All right, that's John Sweeney. Day 104. That is the very, very latest. All right, I think we'll wrap up there. What a good stream, y'all. Thank you again. This is the most viewers we've had on the stream in a while, consecutively, for sticking around. So I'm going to give you the latest rundown, and then for Matt, he said he'd drop a bill if I show proof of a home run. He doesn't believe that I hit home runs out here. So, key takeaways from June 6th. So this is what happened in the war. Russian forces likely retain control over most of Severodonetsk as of June 6th, though the exact situation in the city remains unclear. Control of terrain is likely changing hands frequently. Russian forces in the Izyum area did not make any confirmed advances, while forces advancing west from Lyman secured minor gains. Russian forces continued unsuccessful attempts to sever Ukrainian lines of communication northeast of Bakhmut. Limited and localized Ukrainian counterattacks on June 5th forced Russian troops to focus on holding defensive lines north of Kharkiv city on June 6th. Russian occupation authorities are advancing efforts to issue Russian passports to Ukrainian citizens and cement their control over occupied territories. The Ukrainian Navy has claimed to have pushed back the Russian Black Sea Fleet more than 100 kilometers from the Ukrainian coast, likely to reduce the pressure of the Russian blockade on Ukrainians' southern ports. That is the main happenings of the day. Okay, there's 3 main efforts in Ukraine right now at this time. That is the eastern effort. That is their main effort here in the Donbass, getting the Russian effort fighting in the Donbass. The northeastern effort in Kharkiv. The Russians they're on their heels. Ukraine's got them on their heels up here. And then you have the southern axes, which is Kherson and the Zaporizhia oblasts. And in Kherson, they're doing forced passportization. That is the latest happening there. They're going to annex it or try to. The Russians are going to try to do the same thing in Kherson that they did in Crimea, and are going to try. I mean, they haven't annexed Luhansk and Donetsk yet. Vladimir Putin gave them their independence before the invasion, but they're not annexed yet. So they're going to try to do the same thing in Kherson and Mariupol. And that is your breakdown. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys. You guys are an amazing audience every night. Spam those reactions on Facebook. Like the video on YouTube. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you have not done so yet. If you have not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. Love all the support on YouTube and Facebook. You guys are amazing every single night. I gotta show this or am I gotta do this for Matt quick. Where is it? Matt doesn't believe that I hit home runs out here in softball. Also follow Snack Squad Softball on Facebook if you haven't, and Snack Squad TV on YouTube. Where the hell? Here you go. Here you go, Matt. This is for Matt.
Michael Koma.
This is for Matt. Then we're gonna go. Whoops. Whoops. There's a home run.
Let's go.
First pitch.
Let's go, Andrew. Let's go.
Oh, that one wasn't it.
Good job, J-Rod.
No, I missed that one. Sorry. Oops. There's another one. Oh, that one's gone. That one went to the sky.
Let's go, Andrew.
Oof. Dang, Matt. $100.
Let's go, baby.
I hit 2 home runs. No, I hit 3. And here I come again. Round 2. Made it to the second round.
Come on, Andrew. Let's go.
Uh-oh. Ah, that's gone. That's for you, Matt. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful night. You guys are an amazing audience every single night. Thank you again. I'm your host, Andy Mercado, independent journalist, U.S. Army veteran, softball player because it's a hobby. So thank you guys for all the support. I'll be live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Time covering the war in Ukraine. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful night.